All right, so this is going to be a reading for Sagittarius. For this reading, I decided to do podcast style again because I'm still working on my setup for readings with my face. I have a couple of those on the way to you guys, but I just really wanted to get out a reading right away. So I'm just doing it like this. And plus, people said in the comments that they really like the typical style of the reading. So I figure I can do some with my face, some like this. Whatever works. I also just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who commented on my video where I showed my face and kind of talked about my journey. You guys just overwhelmed me with your love and appreciation, and it really helped me see that there are people on the other side of the screen who are really connecting. And I mean, people tapped in from all over Spain, New Zealand, Ireland, just all over the place. And so I really appreciate, just your presence and your support always. And I'm really excited to keep reading for you guys. It definitely gave me like a renewed sense of inspiration for this work that I do, and I feel really lucky to do it. So thank you for tuning in. But anyway, if you guys would like personal readings, I have a lot of openings, and you can go to my website, ajstarot.com, if you would like a personal reading. That's also down below in the description box. And if this reading resonates with you, please take a second to like and subscribe, as that helps my channel out a lot. Let's take a look at the energy that we have for you today. Your overall energy is the Two of Wands. So possibly a decision that you're making, some planning that you're doing. But the Two of Wands is also just about attention and like where your attention is going. And when I clarified the Two of Wands, I got the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Page of Swords. So it's like there's a new connection in your life or something new that's opening up for you, but you have some type of question about it, or like some question about how that's going to go for you. What is that Page of Swords? Let's see. Two of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands. There's something here about, is it going to end or is it going to keep going? Is it going to progress into more? Something like that. I just see someone asking that kind of question. But let's dive into the reading on the whole. In the recent past, we have the Six of Swords, the Justice card, the Death card. So something here ended, but it was for the best with the Justice card. I kind of see the Justice card as like the truth being revealed in this situation, and the Death card really being about transformation. So something kind of had to transform in the recent past, and you may have had to move forward through that transformation even when it got kind of difficult. And that Six of Swords card, I have like the classic Rider-Waite deck, and I'm really focused on this person in the boat who's like wrapped up in this like blanket or something, almost like to protect themselves, to heal. It's similar to the Hermit being covered in this robe, and so it's almost like someone here had to move on in order to heal from something that happened, and it looks like a very transformative experience. We have the Three of Wands, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Queen of Cups. So someone here is like was waiting for real love, is almost what it's looking like. Waiting to be received with love, to be cared for. There could have been a situation where you felt like you weren't being cared for, or your care wasn't being received, and you were kind of waiting to see when it was going to be received, when it was gonna kind of all end up the way it was supposed to be. And so there's something about going to somewhere else where your love can be accepted, and also where you can be loved appropriately. With the Justice card, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Chariot. So there's a real commitment to working on oneself, and also to working on loving oneself and being compassionate towards oneself. And the Justice card is about getting what we deserve, and there's something here about making sure that you get what you deserve, making sure that you're working towards things that lend to your sense of self and to your sense of self-love and self-compassion. In Buddhism, there's this concept of right livelihood, which is the idea of doing something with your life that is loving towards you and also loving towards the world. And so you may have had a moment in the recent past where you had to kind of reevaluate, is what I'm building in my life lending itself to love and real care and real compassion? And often with right livelihood, that'll come into play when there's someone who, works in the weapons industry and realizes that that is not right livelihood, that that's not a loving profession. And so they change their profession to something else. But I'm not necessarily seeing this as being career. For some of you, it could have to do with your career and making sure you're literally working on things that have meaning to you. But I'm also thinking of work in the sense of like anything that you put your energy into. I see you kind of looking ahead and being like, where am I going? Where are things going? And is it aligned with my heart? Am I connecting with people that I feel aligned with, that feel right for me? Let's take a look at the death card. We have the Tower, the Knight of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles. So something came down in the recent past, some type of structure that maybe wasn't working for you. You would know what that is better than I do. And then it feels like when it came to rebuilding, after that, that feels like a bit of a slow process. And when one thing dies and another thing is born, it's not like boom, death and birth. It's like a circle that turns, and death slowly transforms into birth. And so there's a rebirth process here that is happening, and it demands a lot of energy and it takes time. And you're kind of showing me that sense of it taking a while. And I just want to affirm for you that that's okay and that your process is what it is. Your oracle cards for today are Thunderbolts, Creativity, and Participation. So this is really a message that you might be receiving like downloads of creativity, like moments of inspiration, ideas, maybe like a renewed sense of passion for something that you're working on that's important for you. And Spirit's saying it's important that you participate in the creative process. It's important that you're fully present for whatever you are doing so that you can give the best of your energy to it. And many of you might be like, I am participating, I am in the middle of it, and that's why we're getting these oracle cards for you today. But just something to note, because you are building something here with that Three of Pentacles, and it's something new with the Ace of Pentacles here as well. And it's important that you focus. Something about focusing your energy is very important today. In the current energy, you have the Four of Cups, the Devil, and the Ace of Pentacles. So there's a part of you that might be kind of upset with something, and you might tend to get a little bit stuck in that upset. I said obsessed, but I meant to say upset. You might get a little bit stuck in that upset place, and it might keep you in an obsessed place or like a stuck place. And there's something just on the other side of that that's trying to open up for you with the Ace of Pentacles, but it's like you stay in this like mindset of hardship almost, and it's important for you to like break free of that limiting sort of mindset. Let's take a look at that with the Four of Cups. We have the Four of Pentacles, we have the Six of Swords, and we have the Nine of Cups. There's happiness waiting for you if you get out of your comfort zone, but I see you like holding on to something. That Four of Pentacles is like staying in place, staying in your comfort zone, and holding yourself back from the Six of Swords energy of moving on, moving forward. And whatever it is that would make you happy, it's something that would make you happy within yourself as an individual. So like without other people's input, without other people's advice, it's something that would make you happy for yourself. And part of the reason why your self-love could be wrapped up in this is because in order to pursue this, you kind of have to put yourself first and prioritize your own happiness. And I don't always get goosebumps while I'm reading, but I'm getting goosebumps in my arms right now, which means that someone's spirit guide is here and speaking to us directly and saying, you need to hear this. So if this is resonating with you, please take it to heart. Put yourself first and pursue what makes you happy, even if it might be a little bit unusual. What is the devil here? There's something here that really holds you back. Let's see. The Two of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Whatever this is, there's this element of like finality to it, or if I make this decision, there's no turning back, and a lot of gravity and like weight to making a decision here. And it's almost like you're looking for someone to give you permission when really the person who needs to give you permission is you. That's the only person whose permission you need to pursue this. Go after the thing that you want. But I see that you're really, really, really held back by, not necessarily what will people think, but like, is it really okay? Can I really pursue this thing that I want? We have the Sun, the Ace of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles coming out here. So this is something that you deeply, deeply desire. It represents happiness. It represents like overflowing joy. Is kind of how you see this. And this is going to be so mesmerizing almost that you're going to feel like, how could I do anything else? There's something here about like finding this and being like, this is it. Like, this is my life path, or this is my spiritual path, or this is the job, the career that I want to devote my attention to. And with Thunderbolt creativity and participation in your oracle cards, there's a message from Spirit to pay close attention to the things that feel really good to you, because they come in as signs from your heart of like, this is good for us. This is what we want to pursue. Let's see, what is this beautiful new opportunity with the Ace of Pentacles? The Four of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles. It's something that you think about, like your heart is like reaching for. It's interesting. It's almost like it's something that you've wanted since you were young, or it's something that you've wanted for a long time, but you may have told yourself in the past that it wasn't possible for some reason and you kind of dismissed it. But now you're revisiting it as an adult and you're looking at it from a new perspective, and one that is associated with your real tangible life. And you could be saying, maybe it is possible, and how could I actually like make this happen? But it comes through with this almost like dreamy energy of that Six of Cups, of kind of like, could it be real? Could I really do this thing I always wanted to do? And it actually looks very real. And so then in the near future, with the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Swords, it's like your energy is like lit up. You're like, well, if it's possible, I need to go for it. And then you get this sense of urgency of like, let me just go for it right now. Let me, really run for it, run ahead and get it. And there's a need for you to pause with the Hanged Man and like stop for a second and just consider like everything, and just give yourself time. If you're feeling urgent, it's a sign to slow down. So just remember that. And if you start to get ahead of yourself and you're starting to feel unbalanced because you feel overwhelmed by how much you want to rush into this, remember that you can take the time to stop and pause and consider. Again, it has to be something really good. Feels really good. It's like a dream come true. And it also appeals to like your values. And I think there's something here about, if it feels right and it feels aligned for you, it will be there in some form. It's not going anywhere. So just take a breather and slow down just for a second. because you need time to kind of integrate this energy. Let's take a look at the Queen of Wands, the Star, the Five of Cups, the Page of Wands. So much comes up for you around this, where you want it so badly that you start to think about all the things that could go wrong. And there's something where your inner child is coming up in this with that Page of Wands, where the part of you that wanted this for such a long time, it's almost like your inner child comes up and starts to get really upset. Well, what if I can't, reach my destination? What if I can't realize this desire? And it creates all of these anxieties for you. Let's look at the Knight of Swords, the Tower, the Ace of Wands, the Knight of Wands. Yeah, this is you having that thunderbolt moment, this moment of, I just have to go for it. And there's something here Spirit wants to note. That part of you that feels like you need to go for it or you're going to lose it is the same part of you that is having your inner child triggered. If your inner child thinks, oh no, this thing I really want is going to be taken away, or I'm not going to be able to get it, then naturally you're going to jump for it and you're going to go as fast as you can so it can't get away from you. And so there's like this narrative that's sort of being created in your energy, because you want this so much that it is going to disappear. And so you have to jump for it. And Spirit's asking you to just slow down for a second, the Hanged Man, go upside down and think about this and take your time and feel your way through it. Let's take a look at the Hanged Man. There's some type of realization to be had. Page of Swords, the Chariots, the King of Cups. When you slow down, you're going to start to see the way that this is going to fall into place. It's almost like there's a natural route laid out for you, and you just have to kind of find that route. But it'll only come when you sort of calm and center yourself. But it's there, and you're going to find it. You're going to go for it. But don't get too ahead of yourself, okay? So let's get 3 cards of advice from the universe. The Knight of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Six of Wands. Basically, they're saying don't worry, have faith. Knight of Cups is like opening your heart. And then the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, that's like conquering your fear. And so Spirit's saying you don't have to be afraid. Continue to approach this with an open heart because it's coming in. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And everything's going to work out just fine. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. I hope this helps. I hope this resonates, and I'll see you next time.